All right, we're about to dive into a story that, I've got to warn you, really makes you think. It's all about loyalty, memory, and the promises we make to the animals who share our lives. I want you to just imagine for a second that constant presence in your home, the one who's always there, the heart of the family. Now, what if one day, just a normal, chaotic day, they were just left behind? And that's the real gut punch, isn't it? Could you ever actually forgive yourself for that? For taking a hero, a living, breathing part of your family, and just turning them into a forgotten story? Well, this isn't just some hypothetical question. This really happened. This is the story of a golden retriever named Rocky, and it forces us to face those questions head on. So, to understand what happened, you have to understand who Rocky was. For 9 years, he wasn't just a pet to the Harrison family. He was their foundation. He was the steady, loving heartbeat of their home. I mean, this dog was everything to them. He was the patient pony the kids could climb all over. He was the one who'd wait by the door for Dad no matter how late he worked. He was the one who'd rest his head in Mom's lap when she was upset. He was basically the neighborhood therapist for any kid who needed a friend. He just gave and gave. And don't just take my word for it. Look at what they said themselves. The dad posted this on social media for Father's Day. Not the family dog, but my real best friend. And it wasn't just the parents. Even their teenager, Liam, would whisper his secrets to Rocky, saying, "You're the only one who gets me, Rocky." That's how deep this bond was supposed to be. And now we get to the day it all just fell apart. A day that was supposed to be a happy, fresh start for the family. But for one member, it was the beginning of a silent, profound betrayal. Just try to picture it. It's moving day, it's total chaos, right? Boxes everywhere, movers coming in and out. And through it all, there's Rocky. He's an old boy now, 9 years old, a little gray around the muzzle, and he's just sitting there by the door, watching. He trusts them completely. There's no fear in his eyes, just this calm belief that he's part of the adventure. And their last goodbyes. It's the casualness that's so chilling. Mom gives him a quick pat, "Be good, boy." The kids give him a hug, they all get in the car, they wave, and they just drive away. It's like they'd already moved on in their heads before the car even left the driveway. And Rocky, he just sits there on the porch. His tail is still wagging a little. He's just waiting for the car to come back, for the door to open, just like it always has. He has no idea this is it. He thinks they're coming back for him. This is where the story becomes a truly agonizing weight. Rocky's unwavering loyalty is met with just a deafening, heartbreaking silence. And just look at this timeline. It wasn't a few hours. Day 1, he's just sitting there and it starts to rain. Day 2, neighbors start to notice and their calls go straight to voicemail. By day 7, a full week later, his coat is matted and muddy. He's clearly losing weight. Finally, on day 10, someone calls animal control. 10 days he waits. And you just have to ask, right? How does this happen? We're not talking about forgetting your keys. This is a living being they called their best friend. How do you just forget? So Rocky gets rescued, but that just means he's taken from his porch to a cold, loud, terrifying shelter. And meanwhile, the family he's still waiting for, they're already living in a different world. I mean, this side-by-side is just devastating. On the left, the Harrisons' cheerful social media post. New home, new beginnings. And on the right, the shelter's reality. A desperate plea for a senior dog abandoned by his owners. Two completely different universes created by the same event. And then comes the final blow. They replaced him. While Rocky is sitting in a kennel on a cold concrete floor, his arthritis probably flaring up, the Harrisons are posting pictures of a new puppy named Milo. They literally replaced the family's heartbeat. But okay, right in the middle of all this sadness, a little bit of light appears. A volunteer at the shelter named Sarah. She sees him. And she doesn't just feel sorry for him, she shows up every single day. She brings him treats, she just sits on the floor with him for hours, talking to him, slowly earning back the trust that was so completely broken. And that brings us to the final chapter in Rocky's story. It's a story about rescue, about recovery, and about what it really means to be home. After 3 long, stressful months in the shelter, Sarah officially adopted him. And the very first thing he did when he got to her house, he slept. For 2 full days straight. Can you even imagine the relief? The sheer physical exhaustion of finally feeling safe enough to let your guard down. And Sarah, she gave him everything. Gentle baths, good food, vet care for his arthritis, a soft, warm bed. And slowly but surely, that broken old dog started to heal. And then one day, he started doing that helicopter tail wag again. His spirit, the thing they almost broke, it was still in there. He got 2 more years with Sarah, and they were good years. 2 happy years where he didn't have to wait by the door in fear. 2 years where he knew without a single doubt that this time he was truly home for good. And the final contrast here is just profound. The family that loved him for 9 years forgot him in a day. The woman who knew him for only 2 years made a promise on his gravestone to remember him forever. Never forgotten. So we end with this question. Who's the one who really forgot here? Was it the dog, whose entire being is just wired for loyalty, who waited until he couldn't wait anymore? Or was it the family, who had the ability to remember, but simply chose not to? That's definitely something to think about.